Brian, I misspoke earlier. I was wrong, believe it or not. I know it never happens, but I was actually wrong. You see the wards and base lineup, we are still missing the mid player B-Donk and the carry Nox, so
10 seconds to go.
they will be
man.
down but not out. I got two stand-ins, Franz, who we've seen quite a bit of the last 2 seasons, so someone they're very familiar with playing with, and another stand-in Saint, who I am not familiar with, but we'll see how they shuffle the roster here. So best of 3 here, AD2L playoffs, wards and base, team resilience. Invoker and Faceless Void, first picks. What do you think?
Well, they're two of my favorite heroes in the game. I love playing Invoker, and Faceless Void was really the first carry that I put time into learning, and I've never really let him go since then, even though I don't believe that he's picked as a carry anymore. He's now like an offlaner initiator.
Yep.
Still one of my favorite characters to see played. So I'm really excited to see kind of that duality go at it. Whether or not we see like a tornado EMP kind of thing to cock block out the Chronosphere, or if he goes for like a meatball wave build and he's going for the disarm duration or just raw damage if Void misses a Chrono.
Versatility is a beautiful thing, isn't it, Brian?
Oh, gotta say it.
Yeah. It's been weird slowly just adapting to see the new utility Void that I mean honestly before the most recent change when they reworked his skills, I mean the only time you ever really saw it was Universe when he played the offlane Void, which my god, absolutely phenomenal. And now you have all the people who are so accustomed to, hey, I can backtrack. No, you can't anymore. I mean, you could if you're very fortunate. That's not your time walk's off cooldown. But, yeah, it's taken a little bit, but I think it's definitely kind of coming to its own here. Blink, Vlad, Scepter, all very common items we see on him now, as opposed to the more greedy builds of ages past.
Yeah, he's kind of come into more of a semi-carry position, where if he gets really far ahead, he can still build some damage items and be an effective right-clicker. But for the most part, he's like the secondary, the support core, if you will. He's going to pick up the items that are going to be giving auras to the hard carry, setting up the hard carry for success. So really kind of functioning in that helper position, despite being one of the core players and being very, very farm forward.
Yeah, he's still very item dependent. There's no doubt about that. But it's just now you're looking for more things to set up, like you said, set up the right click core.
Looks like we lost one.
I mean, it's still an amazing pick, and actually you see a ton of CC coming out in these first 5 picks here, and to some degree the Undying as well, able to minimize the movement on by heroes during an engagement. So we saw Mirana last night not be quite as effective as you would like. Are you kind of expecting the same kind of role here for this one, kind of roaming and trying to set up early advantages for their teammates?
I would actually think the Earthshaker will be roaming more. The Priestess will be spending a little time in the jungle. You want to be putting more experience on this particular Mirana because she's going to be the primary assist in Faceless Void getting kills with that Chronosphere. Chrono sets up free arrows. It's a huge nuke early game. So it's really going to be Priestess and Void looking at ganking and kills once he hits level 6. So she's going to have to pick up some experience.
Makes sense. Okay, so the Outworld Devourer. I mean, we've seen so much of this here as of late. Is it just the addition of Dragonlance? And I mean, I know they reworked him a little bit too. Is he just a patch favorite, or is he's been a good hero and it's just now he's finally getting some accolades here? What do you think?
Well, I think the change to Astral Imprisonment made a lot of people start to play him more and play around with him and realize, oh yeah, this guy's never really been terrible. He just wasn't great in the last couple metagames because one of them was heavily dependent on mobility. He's lacking that in his kit, and the other one was dependent on fast and frequent team fights. And although he does have a very powerful AoE nuke Insanity's Eclipse, it's on a long cooldown, so he can't be consistently going in and out, taking a bunch of fights over and over. So he's kind of fallen off in terms of popularity from those things. But I think it makes a lot of sense that he's making a comeback in the current metagame, given the mid laners that are being picked right now. He gets a lot of safety out of defensive Astrals, and his right clicks become tremendously powerful against what typically are fairly low regen mids these days.
Not only that, but I mean, especially with the majority of people putting early points into the Arcane Orb, I mean, it's a lot of damage. I mean, it's not just consistent damage, but it's a lot of damage, especially early in the game. Like, I mean, we saw last night it was what? I mean, 3, 4, 5 hits, and he's literally wiping out heroes. I mean, it's just his auto attack essentially. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, there's no cooldown, you know. So yeah, while the ultimate has an incredibly long cooldown, it's still very powerful. So as long as, I mean, you have to understand it too. I've seen a lot of people just run into a fight and just drop the hammer and be like, oh, what's going on? No, like there's a couple contingencies. There's a couple of facets to it, but this is not like, this is a really different draft from Wards and Base. I mean, the Invoker, I know that they run it, but I've never seen them like, you know, nab it right away, and especially not with this kind of support in the background. I mean, the Undying, a great pick. Venge also a very popular pick in AD2L period. But then a Nyx, I don't know. What do you think?
Just from the picks, I'm guessing it's an Exort Invoker. They have a lot of CC to set up Sunstrikes, and they don't have a lot of damage out of the supports. VS, not a lot of damage. Undying, not a lot of damage. And Nyx only gets a fair amount of burst if he builds a Dagon, but even then, it's single target damage. So the Invoker is going to have to be the meat of the team until the hard carry gets online, and that means that they're going to have damage, and that means Exort.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that's only difficult thing about this draft is you're drafting for, you know, early team fights and all that kind of stuff. So if that doesn't happen like you want it to, which is, you know, it's what happens in the playoffs, you know, you kind of, you not necessarily pigeonhole, but you kind of put yourself into a particular situation by drafting a certain way, and then if it doesn't go your way, you're kind of just SOL. And they actually take the Juggernaut, Team Resiliences, for themselves. So typically what's seen as a, maybe not a comfort pick for Wards and Base, but a very common last pick carry for Wards and Base was denied. So I don't know. What do you think they go with here? I don't have much time.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. They need damage, like you said, but
yeah, they really do need damage. They essentially need a late game carry, someone who's going to get to the 1v5 position.
I think it's PL. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they've picked it into an Earthshaker before. It's, yeah. Oh my gosh, Alex is actually playing. Okay, so they really had to reverse some roles here. Alex, who normally plays the support.
It's really a shame that the Invoker has to go Exort this game, or will probably go Exort this game, because Quaswex is so strong against Resilience's team. And we might see them go after the Wex build, even though they're kind of lacking in damage. The PL does help out a little bit with that. He comes online faster and he can fight earlier. But Void has a fairly low mana pool, Earthshaker, small mana pool, Juggernaut, small mana pool. So that EMP is incredibly potent against most of that team.
Oh, especially Earthshaker. I mean, it's... well, that, and I mean, the Cold Snap makes it so he can't even cast anything. It's like going up against the Clockwork with Battery Assault. Like, he's just sitting there just kind of fidgeting and stuttering. It's just... there's really nothing more frustrating here.
Well, we'll see how these lanes end up going. The Undying and the Nyx Assassin have both not bought any items yet, and in theory they could both be support or offlane. So we'll see which way they decide to go. I would guess the stand-in will be supporting, but it's hard to know.
Yeah, I think because Alex took the carry, I think. Yeah, so this is likely just a solo offlane Undying, an Invoker, and then some sort of tri-lane here. I'm not exactly sure how much commitment they'll have with all three heroes, being that it's... I mean, I don't even know who... The Void... Yeah, he isn't... No, that's that. I don't know. I could be... Yeah, it's definitely offlane, for sure. So grabbing some lag issues early on. Get a friendly face here. We have Squash Grapes in here working with us once again. Yeah. All right. So Gorks are gonna take take care of the 5 spot. So we'll see how this goes here. I don't know, man. This is a really different draft, but it's a different
It
lineup,
looks
so
very standard.
it makes sense.
Yeah, it looks very standard, which is weird for them. They tend to play a lot more innovatively, creatively.
Ooh. The boy just missed out on the smoke, so this is interesting here. They were not going to ward, and they're going to run right into him too. Sunstrike's invoked first, so he's not really going to have much to offer if they actually go on him.
Oh, that's...
The OD's so much faster here too in this scenario.
Well, they do have a lot of stun and a lot of disable, so
They baited that out early, and actually the Sunstrike is actually perfect in this scenario. The he's pretty much dead here. Gorg's actually in a lot of trouble, dropping very low, 1 hit away. You're gonna try to body block him, and one more right click from the Invoker actually finish off the OD. He's so low though, and actually I think one more right click from Moran, and the Juggler actually run him down here. So. The mangoes pop. They're not done yet. Another goes down. So
that Earthshaker.
yeah, he's probably pretty salty at this point.
See ya, Priestess.
Yeah. So a lot of regen and a lot of aggression in the first 25 seconds so far of this game. So. All right. So this is something that the captain likes to do. Gorks likes to babysit his mid. Like we said, the Invoker's really going to have to kind of hold the fort until the PL gets online here. So,
well, because they picked a PL, he won't have to stall for quite as long as I was expecting. I thought they were going to go for a really late game carry, like some kind of beefy, like a Tiny or something that would just be a monster once the rest of the team kind of started to fall back. But it looks like they've gone for the PL, so they're going to be high aggression, high octane, and I think that that's the way both of these teams look. Resilience has a roster that scales slightly better into the late game, but their picks are definitely picks that want to be team fighting early. The Juggernaut wants to be team fighting at 6, the Void wants to be team fighting at 6, and they have 2 really aggressive supports. So I would not expect the kill count to diminish as the game goes on. Expect this just to be a complete bloodbath. A lot of aggression, a lot of people going down. Fast, frequent, furious.
okay, so actually the stand-in is going to be the Nyx on the off lane, and the Undying's going to stay up top with Alex on the PL. So I'm not sure why we're paused. No, they just said 1 second. I think
they're having some lag issues.
Yeah, it's
not sure what they're attempting to resolve it, but
yeah, no one's disconnected or anything. But yeah, I mean it's USC. It's the same server that we've been using the entire season. So nothing out of the ordinary here.
Well, one thing that is out of the ordinary is that right now it looks like we're going to have tri-lane against tri-lane, which has not been very popular in this patch or in this tournament. So excited to see a little bit of aggression coming out, especially since both of these teams are featuring very powerful tri-lanes.
I am also lag.
He embodies lag.
What's your problem, dude? These guys. You know what? I think this is partially my fault for jinxing it, for having everyone in the lobby on time. I think it's this partially my fault. Alright, I think we're ready for action here. Brian's going full keyboard warrior on us. If you click louder, or if you type louder, I think it makes the words more impactful, though.
Oh, all right. I'll definitely try to do that.
I'm not sure if Alex had a mango, but I mean that also helps with the kill potential in this lane. I know the Earthshaker is going to be there to kind of prevent any big dives here, but I mean the Phantom Lance is just the Spirit Lance is just such a huge nuke early on in the game. And Mirana actually, we have both the supports, so the tri-lane's coming into full effect here, and they're gonna swap a little aggression. And I think Jug's gonna have to get in there and pop a spin there to save his buddy. Yep, and I think Gorgs is just screwed now. He's gonna try to tango out, but it's just too little, too late. It's so much damage early on.
You know the drill.
PL's actually in a horrible position. They missed the arrow.
Oh,
Wow. Just
missing that arrow
barely
really hurts.
sneaks away here. All right, and they actually get the Earthshaker on the back end of that. So 1 for 1, not a terrible exchange. Are you looking at the CS board? It might. Okay, I see a Nyx assassin atop it, and I start to worry.
Well, the Void was really late to lane, so the Nyx Assassin had a good bit of time with the lane all to himself. You can see he's up a little over half a level on the Void right now.
Yeah.
And that's a factor of the Void just spending time up near in the top jungle, as opposed to going straight to lane like the Nyx did.
That's not actually a terrible 1v1. I mean, you're not going to be
No.
able to kill him, but I mean, at least you can get some CS, and definitely not have to worry about losing experience. And we got a nice
Yeah,
rotation.
it's
The
a
Mirana
long-
hitting a huge arrow on the Invoker, and Franz is just dead. There's not a damn thing you can do in that scenario.
No, that was a really good gank.
Yep, and the bottle's up on the OD already as well.
Yeah, that offlane is going to be both of those characters being able to farm fairly safely without being able to kill each other. So they've both basically committed to say, hey, our initiator, our playmaker, we trust them to outplay yours. And the winner of that lane isn't going to be the person who outfarms the other.
Oh,
but the person
jeez,
who
we
has
have a
the bigger
courier
map
snipe
impact.
here. Oh my gosh, that was just really poorly executed. The Mirana and the Venge were swapping blows, and the courier walks right by Gorgs. And Mirana's like, well, I could keep right-clicking you, or I could kill the courier. And actually, a huge arrow, and I think he's just dead. That's not full duration, but it's perfectly chained stuns, and he's just dead.
Vengeful Spirit not having the best game of his career.
No, and Jug already has 3 kills in 3 minutes too, so something to keep an eye on too.
And he's already gone for face boots. Oh, no. Change it. Okay, there we go. Change face boots. He's going to be going full beast mode here. He's going to be in the fray as frequently as possible.
Yep. We'll likely see. Looks like an Ring of Aquila will be next on him. He's already got the slippers. And Mirana just continuing to cause havoc here. I don't know what that arrow was aiming towards, but
Huh. I really didn't think of them as being quite as synergistic as that. But I can definitely see where that would come in.
oh,
not only
there's
with
the
this-
leg. There's the leg. Holy crap, that was bad. Can't DDoS
not
an
only-
AD2L game, can you? That just seems like a waste of time. Actually, Mirana's all by herself, and they know that too, but they really have no way of initiating. Gorgs has a stun, but he's not gonna be able to get to her yet. Obviously, no boots, and the money spent on the flying courier when it's dead, so he's gonna be poor for a little while. Actually,
this Earthshaker's just not been hitting the fissures
well,
quite
he
exactly.
had one. He has 2 fairly good ones, a couple really bad ones as well, though. So
Well, we'll see how they go as the game progresses. That will definitely be a huge part of the defensive capabilities for the Radiant team. They don't have a lot of escapes. They don't have a lot of defensive abilities or disengage beyond like leap and
well,
time walk.
you definitely got me to follow your belief that it would be the Earthshaker that would be roaming and not the Mirana mid, but it turns out to be exactly
I guess I was
opposite.
wrong.
Yeah,
Well, I
mean,
was also expecting safe lane, tri lane, so
Yeah.
the priestess would be stacking and pulling.
I think that Wards and Base would prefer that as well, but that's not how it's gonna go.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever they prefer, they've made the best of a bad situation because Phantom Lancer is atop the CS chart right now. 29.
Yeah, but the Void and the OD are also getting a lot of their lanes as well, and it's not like the Jug's doing poorly. Yeah, he's you know, 10 CS behind, but he has three extra kills too. So it's definitely not like it's too far in the PL's favor, not by any stretch.
Yeah.
No breaking down the radiant structures like this.
Actually, he's going Quas Wex.
He is? Okay, that's probably probably for the best after that PL pick. PL will provide enough early game participation that other carries might have not have been able to give it, and the Invoker will be able to disable things much more effectively by taking away their mana.
Alright, Mirana's in primo position here. They have pretty much everything that they want too. There's 3 points in the Blade Fury here, so we're just waiting for one really good arrow. Actually, might see a Fisher. There we go. Fisher comes out.
Oh.
Arrow's going to be late to the party, but still make contact on Frankie Crisp. The Undying going to be useless for a couple more seconds here, and they're just going to run down the bench. And Sunstrike not going to connect, so they're the juggle go down, but actually a lot of TP support. So we have the Nyx coming in. He's got to hit a hell of a stun. He's actually level 7 now, so he has Vendetta. And then they're just going to take the Mirana. I'll take what they can get.
Good play there. That's one of the things that we've seen out of Wards and Base. More than most other teams, their willingness to TP anyone and everyone into any situation that they think needs the help.
Everyone has a TP scroll, even the Invoker does. They're ready to go at any time. Yeah, that's something you definitely don't see all that often these days, that's for sure. Even though the TP scroll's literally never been cheaper. Oh, the arrow's off the target.
The Nyx Assassin has gone after an Iron Talon.
Yeah, it's pretty standard in the offlane, especially if he's committing to go back there. It's, I mean, I think it's, what, 500 gold, I believe?
Yeah, very cheap item. It'll help him farm.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. It's, if your offlane went great, but could be better, I mean, it's like a really, really crappy Midas. You know, it's a way to accelerate your farm, but it's like the not so greedy way of doing it. And especially, yeah, like I said, if you're gonna commit to that offlane, another arrow connecting here. Yeah, Joe can just do the same damn thing he's done the last 2 times, and a great Fisher block, and Gorse is just dead again. He's 1-4 to start this game, and that's another kill going to the Juggernaut. So he's 5-1 to start this off. Yeah, he's just gonna go right for the Battle Fury. Almost has a Perseverance done already. Actually, he has it if he gets the courier for a second. What about Void here? I mean, we've seen the Vlads be the go-to, but I mean, this guy's literally just had free farm. Can he afford to be greedy here?
It depends on how greedy you want him to be. I think that Oggs has to be coming online as a first or second item, so he could go for the Oggs first if he wanted to, since he's not getting contested.
It's such a slow build-up, though, and the Invoker
blink.
goes down again. Yeah, I think the Vlads might be the way to go, but you'd pick something up at this point, so maybe it is the Blink. They're just committing so many heroes to this top lane and jungle now, but it's just not really working out. They're still losing heroes. So yeah, Void can literally do whatever the hell he wants at this point.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything super greedy, but we definitely could see him go for, Gorgs is in trouble again, getting chased down.
And they're not going to be able to do anything with that.
They're baiting it. They could kill this. They could kill this.
Oh yeah, that's a great turn. The arrow connects, but Juggernaut's still going to be, Juggernaut's still going to be there to do the exact same thing he's done 5 other times. The same hero, and actually the Nyx with no Vendetta for 10 more seconds here. He gets a great stun off on 2, and he'll actually be okay. Nope, Leap is actually off cooldown and he's just dead. Ron's gonna have a heck of a time getting out of there though. And there's a mango on Frankie, so he can, pops the salve. They're just gonna...
The great escape, man. The great escape.
They're just gonna play right around the rosy here. Nice fishing tornado, actually unable to connect here. Cold Snap does connect, but not gonna do much. There you go. Everybody's in. Oh my god!
From top.
Oh my god!
That was the longest charge I've ever seen.
Did you see this?
Phantom Rush. Yeah, he TP'd from top lane down to bottom lane just to get the kill, and then Phantom Rushed further than I've ever seen anyone. That was like running the 400 meters.
Game is hard. Is it level 1? Yeah, it's
Dire's
level 1.
top tower's getting beat down.
Well, that is an important kill to put on the PL, though. He does have to be strong enough to kind of contend with the Juggernaut, so definitely worth a TP scroll, even just to get the kill on PL specifically.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
And net worth not going in favor of wards and base.
No, not even remotely.
Dire's top
All right, so
tower.
they are gonna. The Void is gonna go with the Blads. I mean, that's to me that's like the most logical thing. It just helps with lane sustain, helps you farm a little bit better.
And it helps power up the Juggernaut as well.
Yeah, as if he really
Just gonna
needs
be
any
huge.
help at this point. I mean, he hasn't even popped his ult yet that I've seen, and he's still got 6 kills on his belt. It's just been textbook the setups here too. Invoker actually picking up a kill mid, and he's actually very low himself. Gorgs is just going to get beaten down by the OD. And there's a lot of movement speed boost here, and actually one more, no miss on the uphill, so Morano will secure the kill on the Invoker too.
Dire's mid tower won't last.
Dying's running his way over here. Frank Chris, probably not where you want to be, boss. And now Alex, he's trying to solo the jump. I don't know. Do you think PL goes with? You think that's just a casual bracer, or is that going to be Aquila and drums just for max stats and early fight build?
Hard to know.
Oh my gosh! Another arrow connects. This time onto Alex, and he's just dead as well. There's a TP rotation. Omni's popped. Actually hits a couple creeps, so Ray Chris is going to be okay. Pops a soul rip, and he's going to have some backup here. Morana with leap available. Cold Snap and EMP gonna make it hard, but she's gonna hold on to it. She's fine. I love the sideways leap. aside from Rubik Firefly, that's probably one of my favorites. the 180 or to 360 leap, depending on how dramatic they're gonna be with their aerial stunts. I'm sorry, I'm very easily amused. I can't help myself. Like a freaking child here.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
Alright, so the Orchid's going to be the item of choice for the Invoker here. Very standard on Quest Wex.
On the Wex build.
Yep, and yeah, okay, yeah, so he's going to go Aquila and drums, just max stats. It's going to delay the defusal, but it's going to make it a lot easier for him to fight. And at this point, they need it, because they're taking fights like almost twice a minute across the
They're
map
a little bit
here.
behind, and they have to have some
Oh,
way
huge
for them to
juke on
catch
the
up.
stun by the Venge. Jug gets out of there. They pop the ult. And actually,
Oh, they
Tornado's going to
with
hit
the
him.
nano,
EMPs,
but he'll
not
be out
going
of
to
range
connect.
for EMP.
They're damn close. So that, I mean, and it's only a matter of time. I mean, Invoker's going to get his levels. He's not quite up to snuff at this point. He's only level 9, but...
Well, he's been running around and ganking so
Yeah,
much,
I
but
mean,
he's not getting the kills.
Yeah, that's the
just not
sad
finding
part
it.
too, actually.
And yeah, and if he doesn't go back and commit to laning, find those levels, he's going to be behind for a long time unless they can start getting a little bit more in terms of success on these ganks.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I mean, there's only Omni's only been popped once. There's still a Chrono available. OD
Oh,
still
wow,
has
that
all of this
arrow.
stuff. Did he hit another one? Oh my gosh, he just missed one on the Nyx.
He
and
set it
actually
up off
connected.
the Astral, and the timing on the Astral was such that the Undying actually popped out of the Astral in the middle of the arrow.
Oh
I
my
wasn't sure if
God.
the hitbox would hit.
Oh
I
my
wasn't sure if that
gosh,
would be
again!
within the
This
hitbox.
guy, he's like a sniper for God's sake.
Doing
Unbelievable.
quite well.
All right, and I think it's gonna try for one more on the Nyx here.
I think they're gonna wait. Oh, the Void doesn't have a Chrono. So
Yeah, he didn't have mana last I checked. Oh, hey, CS secured.
close.
Yeah, okay, so the Nyx has been pretty adamant about making sure this Void has no mana, so yeah, there's a little bit of mana regen with the Vlads, but definitely not enough. And I think Frankie's just gonna be dead here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gets a crit on the last auto attack. Yeah, he was just
I
a
don't
little
think
too
it
far
was
ahead.
necessary. Yeah, but definitely adding insult to injury there. I think with the phase boots and the broadsword, he had enough, but just
Yeah.
icing on the cake.
Oh jeez. I mean, honestly, I mean, You knew the Doppel was gonna happen, but I still think he could have went. And there's a TP rotation, but if he gets the ward up, I don't know. I think he might have been okay, but he's gonna play a little bit safer here. Mirana still just chilling there. One Roche bash away from death. Living on the edge here. Getting ready for one more arrow. Just doing some pump faking here. Look at this high pressure situation, Brian. I can't handle this. No.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
It looks like she'll be working more towards mid, but Invoker's not there.
Alright, well the drums are done in the PL, so he's done the best he can with the situation provided here. So a lot of stats, a lot of early damage, so he's gonna be able to take fights, and then they're just gonna keep coming too. There's no reason that the Resilience has any need to just kind of slow down them. Mirana ult again, so now they gotta be careful here. I don't see any detection.
Oh, there goes the Earthshaker's mana. He does have a Soul Ring, so he'll be able to cast one ability.
At best. Oh, the hammer's dropped here, and Alex and Gorg's just so low already. Huge Echo Slam. Just blows up the Venge. Not even much that she can do at that juncture. And actually, here we go. OD'd a lot of trouble. Nyx actually pops the Vendetta, and the stun's actually able to take him out. Juggernaut's kind of split. He can't really decide who he wants to go for. So he's getting a little kited, but the healing ward's still there. They got to take that out right away, and they do. And there's your first chrono of the game. They're just going to beat the crap out of Frankie Crisp here. But the Nyx isn't done. He comes back in with a huge stun. That's 3 down, and actually they're going to get the Void too here. No, maybe not. No, he has time walk up again. He's pretty damn tanky already now. He's got 15 armor and 1k HP.
Time mana though. Nyx Assassin's been very aggressive.
Oh, there's your Fisher.
Oh, there's the Fisher.
Hey, yeah, you were talking smack. Now he's mad. This Mirana is literally just like always on snipe alert here. Look at this. Oh my god, if that would have connected. I can't even imagine playing against that right now. Alright, so Void actually almost has his blink too, so eventually in about one more creep it's not going to matter if they keep using the mana burn on him. So, and Nyx going with the Aether Lens, which I tried, I think it was earlier this week. It's pretty damn good. I tried to get a Scepter on board, but I ended up having to get a Hex instead, so I think we saw once the range of the stun with Scepter and Aether Lens.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
Greater than the length of the screen.
Bigger than Ravage, man. Bigger than Ravage.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, that is the easiest D-ward of his life here.
Alright, so we were actually talking about this yesterday, the Blink Dagger on OD, and we got to see it in full effect last time. You mentioned how the Astral gives you just enough time to blink, or to get your blink off cooldown. And we saw that as a clutch save a few times last night. So
yeah, it's the same idea as the puck phase shift. It's pretty much the exact same thing. So, and here we go. Mirana's in a horrible place. The Chrono's actually gonna trap her in there. Take the full damage. Yeah, that was complete bait. But Mirana does end up going down, so it's only a 1-for-1 trade here. And actually, they're gonna be able to take down the Earthshaker in a matter of seconds here.
Oh, they did it too early. Sanity's Eclipse wasn't online. I was expecting the Eclipse to come down.
Well, the Jug wasn't in place. He was finishing up the Battle Fury. And, okay, they have Sanity's Eclipse, but it doesn't really do any damage.
The miss, essentially.
Yeah, he pretty much whiffed it. Alex will go down here. Oh, great Doppelganger. And I need one more right click, but it's not going to be enough. That's a team wipe forwards in base. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, that is exactly the fight that they needed. Jesus. They lose 3, but the PL stays alive through it all and actually picks up just 1 kill, but it's on the Juggernaut, so that's huge. Oh, I'm sorry. He got the OD, so he got a double kill as well. So, yeah, that was just... I think they got a little too anxious on that one. I mean, the baiting was great. Not the best
they just
chrono.
Didn't play with the cooldowns.
Yeah.
If the Eclipse had been up after that chrono went down, I think we would have seen a very different fight. But the Eclipse essentially hit Invoker. And didn't do all that much damage to him to begin with, since he went for the Orchid. So yeah, that's a little bit of a misplay there.
think, well, yeah, Gorks is just gonna get blown up one more time. I don't know. I think they're gonna need at least 1 or 2 more fights like that before they can really start making a mark, though. Unfortunately. Watch the blink out. Phew.
Yep.
Yeah. It's really handy. I still love Force Staff on him, but
I think it's
wow, this
it's really
Nyx is
dependent
so
on the
farm,
team.
Brian. Look at this. He's second on net worth. He has a blink and an Aether Lens already.
Well, that's kind
Oh
of
my
the
gosh,
gamble
they have
that
a
took.
sentry
Oh.
up there too. They have detection. I hit the biggest arrow. Oh my gosh.
But that's basically the gamble that both teams decided to take in the offlane, is that they gave the Void and the Nyx Assassin an easy lane, right? They can't really kill each other or deny each other farm, so they're both going to be big. And so far, the Nyx has been
There you
more
go,
of a
Blink
factor.
Chrono,
Here comes
and they're
Void.
just gonna blow up. They're gonna blow up Franz, and they're gonna be able to take this tower up pretty much without any recourse here. And actually, they're gonna take 1 more kill. They're gonna take kill OD as well. So, and Nyx still down as well. So, I mean, there's no way they can defend this. But I think they're gonna keep going. There's just so much mobility in this team this early, and Ron ends up picking up another kill. And then the tower goes down as well. So that's a huge gold influx in just a matter of like 30 seconds here. So.
Yeah, it looked like wards and base were coming back in for a little bit, but that just erased everything they'd worked for and then some.
Yeah, I mean, PL's not dying, but he's gonna need a little bit of help here. I mean, he's doing very well. He's now on top in his team after the Nyx fell, but Jug, there you go, gets the Omni. Another great disjoint here. That's the third time he's done that.
To skip the defusal.
Yeah, probably going with Manta for sure. Kind of a risky pick against an Earthshaker, but I don't seem too worried about it. Popping everything here. There's no Chrono. Another arrow hits Gorgs. He's out of the fight for a little bit longer. Hammer's dropped again to literally no effect here. There's your Echo Slam. Huge onto 4. Able to heal up, but it's just so much damage here, and the Nyx will go down as well. So much damage coming out. And this OD just pummeling people. They get a 3rd kill. Goes to the Jug actually, and they're gonna get 1 more just for good times. PL making it out.
Oh, the arrow.
Yeah. That was so many kills so quickly here, and I think now they're just getting outplayed. There was already a lead, and now I don't know. There's a little bit of mind games too here. PL trying to get as much farm as he can.
I think that their small comeback was almost a little bit artificial in that they found resilience right before a lot of the items were completed. Right? They took one of those big fights right before the 2 blink daggers were completed. Right?
They're just
before,
blowing up these heroes so damn quickly too. To be able to doppel.
This is really a function of how poorly the lane phase went for wards and base. Which is kind of odd because they picked like a lot of characters that are really strong in the lane phase.
Well, yeah, but it's still the try versus try is obviously not what they were going for. I mean, the PL got the farm, but the supports in that lane just got absolutely obliterated. So I mean, the only lane
I would expect, yeah,
the only lane that really was okay was the off lane. So, and that they broke even, basically. Yeah. So.
Expect to see a Priestess ban next game. This Priestess has been off the hook.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I hope my best friend is watching because he could learn a thing or two. Support Mirana's viable, but you have to hit your goddamn arrows. Oh no!
Speaking of hitting arrows.
Oh no! We're hitting stuns onto illusions now, and a great swap to save Franz, but momentarily just because the urn was more than enough to finish him off. And they see him again? Is there a gem? Am I missing something? I think they just saw him pop Vendetta here. And there you go. Can't disjoint that, boss. Dying goes down as well. And this Jug, I mean, he's just running around unpunished here. Another huge Fisher. And he's going to stay alive just a little bit here. But, oh my gosh, a bash proc. Spike Carapace is actually level 4, so he's able to delay the inevitable a little bit. But, yeah. Bashes and crits for days between these guys on Team Resilience here. So they'll take a T2 for their efforts. 3 hero kills casually, and they're just, I might as well keep going. There's nothing stopping them, right?
Yeah, they still have Chrono, they still have Sandu's Eclipse, and they still have Echo Slam. So
And
no
a
reason to
freshly
slow
picked
down
up
here.
BKB on the OD. So, I mean, they're really doing okay. So the EMP is actually going to help out a lot. Jug's actually not hit by it. Another great swap. Gorgs will take his life here and try to save his mid a little bit longer. But yeah, I think it's just done. Blink Dagger, BKB. Alex is going to be able to doppel in. And it's called GG, yeah. Just overrun. It drops the hammer just for shits and giggles. Game 1, man.
That was not the game one I was expecting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, we'll see how game 2 goes. Those lanes really surprised me coming out of the draft. I didn't think either team would want to run aggro. So seeing that aggro lane actually kind of took me by surprise there. I think it took Wards and Base by surprise as well. We'll see if they commit a little bit more drafting towards stopping another tri-lane versus tri-lane situation. Certainly, I think we'll see the Priestess banned out next game, but only time will tell.
Yeah, did you have the Priestess player in fantasy? Because she got 10 fantasy points, man. I didn't start her, but huge impact. Yeah, I agree with you. There's got to be a bottom ban for sure. I'm hoping for another strategy here. I mean, I like the originality of the draft, but Wards and Base definitely have to change it up because it's not like Team Resilience is a slouch. They went 7-3 in the regular season, so they definitely know what the hell's going on. So take a couple minute break, get the lobby up, and we'll be back with game 2.